Hey, welcome everybody. I'm Caroline Oceana Ryan. I'm here with wonderful master tracker and energy healer Bonnie Serratore. And today we're doing the December energy update. And it is looking to be an amazing month. I hope everyone's doing well. If you're exhausted by these powerful energies, you're not alone. And please do write into the chat. Write in questions you have about handling these energies, about how to navigate them if that's possible, and just to get some support. Write in your experiences or your questions about maybe something intense you're going through and you're feeling like maybe the energies are amplifying that. So, Bonnie, I'm going to hand that talking stick to you. Let us know about these December energies.
Yeah. But actually, before we get going, I do want to bring awareness, and I think we should mention at the end as well. But Oceana and I are going to be doing a live clearing on January 4th it's really to bring in the best year yet. Okay, with all the stuff that's happening, we just want to support people to really have a good year, and then we're both giving away a gift. So there'll be some kind of gift as well, but you have to be present in order to receive it. Okay. And then yeah, so that'll be all happening. It'll be really good and lots of good changes. So, but coming back to our December update. December, yeah, this is a month of opportunity, really. And a lot's happening, you know what I mean? It's like a lot of energies are happening, a lot of amping up are happening. On an energy level, just so people know, get a sense of this. On some level, like I've been watching the energy shifting. So when we start moving into January, there's going to be just a bigger energy frequency happening, more light happening, almost like a solar flare light, which is interesting. But it gets kind of bright, and when that kind of thing happens, it can get really intense. So December is, in a sense, is preparing us for that, for that January time. In that it's not, remember the last couple of months was like the blowing the lid off in October and then kind of recalibrating in November. Well, December is going to be hitting a lot of the subconscious stuff, partly because for some people, this is the time of year where there's the holiday gathering for different peoples, different cultures, different religions. There's a little bit of different stuff happening. And it's also the time for the year itself. We hit that shortest day in December around the 22nd, where there's like 3 days where it's literally just kind of like the sun is just kind of there at that still point. But there's a lot of big energy with that. But basically for December, what we're really wanting to do is, it's like I was talking to Cynthia earlier, and it's really the time to really unload the things that are no longer of service, and unloading things that like your thoughts and your behaviors and your actions and your beliefs and your thoughts, all of these energies that are within a human being. It can create like a stresses, and it can create angst, and it can create anxiety, and it can create depression. But I want you all to keep in mind, it's all you. It's not like somebody's doing it to you. You've created all these belief systems, and you've created anxieties and stressors and depression based on your either inability or unwillingness to face yourself. So December is actually creating on some level a little bit of like a little bit of a squeeze. And because of the new paradigm, the light shining is like, as that light shines, what it does is it shines down into our subconscious, and it shines down on all the unconscious beliefs and conclusions and different things that we've been holding on to in the subconscious, which is also carry over from past lives. So now is really the time to, if you can, find that willingness or find the desire where you really want to be done with all these old ways, your beliefs, everything. anything that creates an angst in you, like for example, if you're around people and maybe other people are talking about maybe their beliefs around anything, and you can feel within your own self some kind of angst, some kind of energy that doesn't feel good. This is the kind of energies that you want to start unraveling. So here's the thing. Everyone's going to have their own beliefs. You may or may not believe the same thing. It doesn't really matter. And yet you're the one that you have to live with. You have to live with your own self. So it's time to start questioning these beliefs. It's like, okay, so I believe, I have a thought, I believe, that people are meant to be loving, kind, and then we see people that are hurting each other. That creates an angst in me. So because I have this belief that, oh yeah, people are supposed to, we're meant to be this certain way, then I can't be at peace when people aren't. So it's like those beliefs need to be gone because it's just a belief. We have to be able to meet life as it is, as it's presenting. We have to be able to meet life in the horrors and atrocities that are occurring. And again, it's really about us. We live within our own body. We feel our own selves. So if I'm all upset because of what's happening in these other countries, or I'm thinking our president should do this or do that, or whatever I'm believing or whatever I'm feeling and thinking, I guarantee you it's creating an angst within my own self. Okay. So for me, it's really about being able to meet life in the isness as it is, because that's what's happening, and to be free of my own judgments, to be free of misperceptions and conclusions and how I think it should be, because that's not what's up. So again, this month is the time where that the light of the new paradigm is really shining pretty strong on our subconscious. And remember too, I was saying how the light, there's going to be a big light happening, frequency happening. Actually, it's just after, shortly after those days where we go, the still point of the sun. It's just shortly after that, which will actually be that early part of January, and that light frequency is going to be hitting pretty strong and pretty hard, in people's subconscious. So if you're not willing to face yourself, or if you're not willing to go through and let some of these emotions come out, let some of these energies that you're experiencing, your beliefs, if you're not willing to soften and just let it go. I mean, really, is it really the truth? Is it really serving you? Is it causing you anxiety? Is it causing you stress? Then you consider too going and being around family, and then all the family dynamics, and what's going to happen with that? What does that mean? What all of those energy frequencies that are causing stress inside of people. It's really again about, can you come back to what's really important, which is, can you just come back to love? Okay, so that's what this whole time period is really about. Is like it's getting all these darker energies, and I can actually I can sense the energy, see the energies of most of humanity. A lot of that really deep subconscious stuff has really been loosened up and broken free from the subconscious, and it's coming to the surface, okay, which is a good thing, although it may feel horrible, okay, because all that really dark energy, all your subconscious energy, where all the negativity and beliefs and the victim, I'm serious, Oceana, I can see it. It's like all these months have been kind of like preparing everybody for, for the purging, for the letting go and releasing. Because on an energy level, like if I could describe it, it's almost like let's just say this is the subconscious. This is all like a darker energy. Well, what's happened is that energy has actually lifted up in the subconscious, lifted up from the depths of subconscious. So it's no longer anchored in. So it's loosened up. So it's not necessarily free floating, but it's loosened up to where now it's edging into consciousness. So what I mean by that is, some of your thoughts, some of your reactions and your feelings, you're going to have more of an awareness. Oh, yeah, I'm really angry because of this, or I'm judging because of this, or I'm feeling hatred because of this. So it's like the darkness has been no longer just anchored in, it's loosened and it's coming up, which is actually a good thing. And for some people, it's going to feel like it's going to feel like you can't get a grip. It's going to feel like you can't get, you can't grab onto what was familiar and what you were able to um, rely on in the past. Okay, so it's like, again, all the old ways are falling away. Belief systems, conclusions, right, wrong, good, bad, victimization. All of these energies are literally, they're in chaos. So it's just a dissolving of ego energy, ego consciousness, the false self. All of that is coming to a place where it just has to dissolve, because it just simply isn't true. It isn't real. It isn't an absolute. So this time is big. It's really big, and it's going to get even more intense. And if you can the more you open your heart, the easier it's going to be to just move through this time, moving through this month, and getting ready for the next year, where all kinds of other things will be happening. We're kind of getting prepared, on some level, and the clearer we are, the freer we are from within, the better and easier it's going to be for us to just be able to step into that intense light that'll be shining, because that's going to bring even more intensity. It's going to bring even more exposure of the ugliness, of the darkness, things that people want to hide, don't want people to know about, and like feelings of greed and selfishness, and the poor me and victims, and the atrocities and hating and judging and all these negative energies. You're not going to be able to hide from them, which is also really good. It's like it's time for this kind of thing to come to an end. So that's what this whole time period's about. Is, again, it's like bringing all the darkness up, bring it up, so that we can unravel it and clear it and heal it. So for some people, good, they'll be loving it because they've done a lot of inner work. For those that haven't, they're going to feel like it's almost, they might have feelings like, I'm being punished. Okay. I've been forsaken. Those kinds of, you could be feeling that kind of stuff if you're not, willing to just let this stuff shatter, let that subconscious stuff shatter. You've been hanging on to it for lifetimes, and it's like it doesn't serve. It's not the truth. It's not who you are. You're moving into love and light. So think about that. Hold that in your awareness. Hold that. If I am that which you are, I guarantee it, 100%, every bit, everybody is pure love and light in the core. So let's start activating that. Let's start connecting with that, rather than, oh, the poor me, this happened, that happened, look what's happening in the world. Oh, the whole world's falling apart. No, the world's not falling apart. It's exploding into light. Okay?
Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. Well, let me break in here with a few
Yep.
questions, Bonnie. Cindy is saying December energy is a good time to let these things go, right? The darker things. Now, from what I hear you saying, we're being really pulled and pushed by the universe to release this duality, to release the old resentments, the old fears, stuff that we, like you're saying, we thought was us, but actually is not us. It's interference, old trauma, old programming. And so Cindy is saying it's a great time to let things go. Now, I agree, but based on what you're saying, it's also going to be hard because of these flare-ups that we're getting.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's going to be hard. It'll be challenging for those who have a tendency to not want to look at themselves. For example, let's just say Oceana and I were out to lunch and she said something, I took it personal, but I didn't say anything. Now I'm harboring this feeling. Okay. But then I don't look at it. I don't do anything with it. I just keep harboring this feeling. Okay. And it grows into some kind of resentment or whatever. Okay. What I'm saying is, let's not do that. You don't have to, it's not that anybody did anything wrong, and it's not personal. No one's attacking. It's all about me. Okay. So people take this in. Every reaction you have is about you. Everything you experience is about you. It's not about anybody else. Now, do you want to keep holding on to and recreating more of these same kind of experiences? Or do you feel like been there, done that enough, and you're ready to move on. That means rather than me and Oceana going to lunch, she says something, I feel a reaction, and I'm going to explore that. I'm like, wait a second, I could feel I had a reaction to that. I'm taking it personal. So rather than making it about anybody else, I'm owning it. I'm revealing it. And let me see, what is this really about? Oh, because you said that, I took it to mean, so I took it as though it's all about me, and it's not. You know what I mean? So rather than holding things in or harboring things or hiding things, no, right now, let's just bring it out, lay it on the table. This is what's up, but not making anybody wrong, because it's not about anybody but us. Okay. So it's about that, okay, about revealing, exposure, being vulnerable, being real, being authentic. Let that light shine, let that heart shine, let that love and light come forth. That's what we really want.
Absolutely. And it, you're always pointing to how anything that troubles us is really old trauma. It's an old issue from another life.
Yep.
So maybe in a bizarre way, these people who treat us badly are doing us a favor because they're knocking on a particular door we don't want to open. And
Yep.
say, you're going to have to deal with this. We
Yep.
might have even fixed it with them in our life chart before we incarnated. Who knows?
Right.
This is something I've been having to face because I have my pet peeves and resentments. And this morning I was thinking, this has to stop. This display has to stop. I can't live like this,
Yeah.
But let me ask, Lisa's saying that she's been feeling these energies have been very intense for very long. And she's asking if you can see if she has one or more of the full body entities, or should she ask at the healing clinic, which is happening next week. And there's, I think, at least one healing clinic a month at acceleration.com.
Yeah. Actually, we have 3 at different times. We have one for the UK, one for Australia, and one for the US. So
that makes sense.
That way people can get in on them. Yeah. I do see a lot of discarnates, but this is something that would be addressed at a clearing. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do a clearing for anybody right here.
Right.
But yeah, there's definitely discarnates interfering. Some are pretty activated, which is probably why you're feeling what you're feeling, because you got these discarnates that have gotten somehow got triggered, activated, and so now you're feeling it. So the whole thing about discarnates, people, you have no idea how intensely you are affected by them. It's crazy. Emotions, feelings, beliefs, thoughts, sensations can be discarnates. It's just intense what can happen with discarnates.
Yeah, it's easy to think that's me, kind of a thing.
But well, you do think it's you. You do, because it's coming from within. You're feeling an emotion. You're having a thought. You don't know it's not you until that discarnate's gone. Then it's like, whoa, I can't find that thought anymore. I'm not having that feeling anymore. Just like that.
This is why clearings are crucial, my friends. Unless you enjoy struggle, and I doubt it. So, all right. So then Iona is asking that she's been feeling deeper releasing and awareness. Are you saying next year will become more intense, or can you see it easing next year? This is
okay, so people, I want you just to be aware of what's actually happening in the world. Okay. Look, we've got, there's water situations, there's, all the natural disasters that are all happening. We haven't gone into the depths of the darkness of all of this yet. Okay. So we still have a couple more years of very intense horrors, so to speak. More people dying, more people leaving the planet, starvation. A lot is going to be happening. Okay. Here's the thing. I'm telling you, honest to God, for real. Okay. The world can be doing its thing as it is. We can still be at peace. For real. Okay. It's all about us. So if I'm having reactions to anything, I guarantee you, I'm looking to find out what's up. What's up? What am I holding on to? Because people, everything is about you. Everything. Every reaction you have, your beliefs, your conclusions, everything is about you. And it's all, there's carryover that's getting activated. So if you really want to be at peace, no matter what, no matter if the bombs are going off, you know, yes, of course, there's going to be fear and anxiety, things of that nature. But ultimately, for, you know, when we're not living in the midst of that, we're just witnesses to that. So we can still be at peace, have compassion, of course, have understanding, of course, but also, you know, here's the thing, what people also need to understand is there are no victims. We've all agreed, like all these people like that are dying through these the war thing, they agreed to come in to hold these polarities, because this is the shift of the ages that we are in. And it
Yes.
takes a lot of people working together at a soul level to bring about all these energy frequencies in order for the shift to happen. The shift isn't going to happen just because we want it to, okay? It's not going to happen just because we're thinking, oh, well, you know, the new paradigm's here. No, everything is shifting, and it has to shift, and it has to move the darkness, because that's how we go into the new paradigm. So the ugliness, the darkness, all the black negative energies that we experience, it has to be revealed. And in the revealing, it also allows for healing. You know, it allows for people to start realizing that, like, but also it's happening right here. Like, for example, the whole thing around abortion. Lots of states now are, you know, voting other things. So the people that are now running for president, they're seeing, oh, this doesn't work. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They're seeing, oh, we stopped that, but oh, look what's happening. Look at the backlash.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's changing in their how they're now saying and wanting it to be. You know, so, and this is how it's going to happen. Ugliness comes up, rears its head. We see it. We don't like it. We revolt. Others will try to keep holding on, but ultimately the light's going to prevail. It's going to, you know, the light will persevere and prevail. But this is the journey. This is what it looks like. So people, don't be thinking life is going to get easy next year. No, it's not. But when we are more at peace within, when I've dealt with my own trauma, when I've dealt with my own victimization, when I've dealt with my own heartbreak and feeling rejected and forsaken and loved, and I'm not, you know, all these beliefs, and I finally land in my own light, the world does what it does. Of course, I witness it. I hold love and light for all of humanity, but I am no longer whipped around like the end of a whip. Okay? And this is true for everyone. And this is what we are doing. This is what this is about.
Yeah, excellent. That's well put. Thank you, Bonnie. And, you know, Cynthia's pointing out 2 days from now, we've got Chris and Sarah doing a group clearing on dark forces. I feel that would help people a lot. I've been helped tremendously, even just by the, you know, recorded dark force interference clearings that are at members.spiritualacceleration.com. I've been helped. I have clients who have been helped by it. This would be great, especially to be in on that live. And I worked with Michael Higgins in a private session. He was phenomenal. I had some dark force interference that came in when I was younger, and absolutely phenomenal. So I do encourage people to look into that at members.spiritualacceleration.com. I think it's under maybe upcoming events, or maybe Cynthia can give us a link. I don't know. But another friend is saying, can you speak about non-duality and how to stay neutral? Okay, that sounds to be important. I think this is what the planet's heading into, is non-duality, but it's kicking and screaming the whole way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The whole non-duality. I mean, that's what we're moving into. That's what the new paradigm is all about, is non-duality, non-separation, you know? So what's happening is our egos, it's really about our ego, the false self, the ego that got created to save our lives, protect us, whatever, and then messed us up because none of it's true or real. But we want to dissolve that false self, okay? Because as long as I'm believing that I'm right, or that my belief systems are the way to go, or that I have a right to kill you because you don't believe what I believe, you know, anything that creates separation, duality, it's coming to an end. It's crashing. Like, Like we're in the crack, we're in that, like, we're in the crucible now. It's like
Yes.
everything is getting stirred up. You're,
Yes.
question, because now what's happening too, if we come back to what we were just talking about a little bit ago, like the whole abortion thing, but what about the the gay and lesbian issue? I mean, people were starting to be freed. Now they're going to hide and be afraid, they're being, attacked. So again, people are starting to see, oh, they're real humans. Oh, they have feelings. Oh, you know what I mean? So that separation, that duality is shifting because more and more people, because of the exposure and because of the ugliness of it and the hatred of it, and the non-acceptance of it, it's like it's bringing more to the surface, which
Yes.
has to happen. And then more and more people start to get a better sense of, whoa, it's like, is that belief really the truth? I read this in, some book or something, and this is supposed to dictate, truth, absolute. Start questioning. It's time for people to really start questioning your values, questioning what really matters to you. And I can tell you right now, what really matters is love.
Yeah.
Love. Stop hurting one another. Stop hating everybody. It's like, let people be who they are, make their own choices, find their way. You hold that frequency of love and light that is who you are. And I guarantee you, your whole world will start shifting and changing in a different way. You'll start seeing people in a different way. We won't hate them because of what they look like or the color of their skin or because they're male or female or whatever BS stuff that we're not liking people. Sometimes my mind goes, is this real? People, how can this be? What? Like, who has the right to tell anybody else how to live their life, really?
Yeah.
So, we're all souls. All of us are souls, equal souls. Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
All of us, every one of us. Okay, every one of us is creator incarnate. Every one of us is a divine being. We're all guided by our own higher levels. So let's just love one another and find out what life could be like when we stop hating someone for any reason whatsoever. In this duality thing, because that's what's coming. That's what this whole time period is all about. It's ending it because more and more people are seeing the atrocities, seeing the horrors. More and more people are understanding, wow, we want to hurt them and hate them and kill them because they don't believe what we believe.
Yeah.
Whoa, what is up with that?
They're living on land that we want to steal.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely, Bonnie. And I've started doing this. I've started experimenting with coming out of that self-protective judgment mode, which I've probably been in for ages. And I'll be
Not you, girl.
Naturally not. And I'll be at the supermarket and I'll just smile at every person I see. And I'm practicing unconditional love in that way. And I ask the young person at the checkout, how are you doing? And I really want to hear how they are. And in that way, it's helping me to kind of come out of that judgmental, or have to be careful. Some of these people might be really mean or cruel or whatever.
Right.
Just, just smile, just assume this human you're looking at, 9.999, out of 10, they're going to be somebody who is knocked about by life, but they have a really lovely aspect. And when you smile with unconditional love, that's what steps forward.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's true, isn't it, Oceana? I mean, I know for me, I've seen people that, like you, go into a checkout thing and I look into someone's eyes and I can see, the pain, the anguish, and then just to give them love. And you know what I mean? Like just look them right in their eyes and really acknowledge that. I mean, I saw a shift. I would see a shift in their eyes,
Wonderful.
And it's like, you guys, let's be loving. Come on. And there's nothing to lose and everything to gain. You'll be blown away at the response from people when you are loving, have that heartfelt energy. Even just saying hello to somebody, look them in their eyes, acknowledging, it's amazing the response that you get.
Absolutely. Particularly right now, people who work in any kind of a shop or post office or anything like that, they're inundated. They're totally overwhelmed. And if you can show love to that person, I have felt the energy of the whole line shift when I or someone else start.
Yeah.
So I want to say to CMG, so this is how you stay neutral, my friend. You go into your heart space and you offer love.
Yeah.
And then the judgment just sits down and says, oh, I guess it's not my day. We're not in that. I want to label and judge moment.
Yeah.
So now we've got just another minute or so. Next month is a special energy update with Bonnie and Caroline. Yes. Bonnie was mentioning that, Cynthia. So wonderful. And then we've also got coming up, activating your true purpose on the 15th. Bonnie has
oh yeah, right.
An accelerated led foundational clearing series, Dark Force into Clearing, on the 9th.
Yeah,
so that's
that'll
in
be
2
awesome.
days. That's on Saturday, and I was mentioning that earlier. Relief from stress and overwhelm on December 22nd. Well, that sounds pretty.
Yeah, you guys, we're here to support you and having a beautiful holiday. I mean, why not?
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic.
Yeah.
And there's another one about clearing your energy center, generating unconditional love and heartfelt connections with the exclusive Clear Your Chakra small energy group, clearing the heart chakra. That would be very important. That's December 17th. So go to members.spiritualacceleration.com, create a free sign on, and just have a look at these upcoming events. A lot of them are pretty inexpensive. Even if you're being careful with your money this time of year, understandably, this is about your well-being, and it's just, yeah, it's very, very important. Okay, and then when December 15 and 20, activating your true purpose and relief from stress and overwhelm. Yes, thank you, Cynthia. So hello to Joanne, hello to Yvette, and okay, Lisa said, are they trying to steal our soul too? I don't know, honey. I don't know what you mean. Who is they? I don't know what you mean by that exactly. Yeah.
Well, they can't really steal your soul, but they can pull parts of it. I mean, if that's what's up, but
yeah, but an accelerator can retrieve that.
That's right. We can end it so they leave you alone. Yeah. Oceana, exactly. Remember you were saying that you had a clearing and you had some interferences? I had a clearing of, I didn't even know this, but I had a 1%er blocking me. Can you believe that? And then I could feel, when it was gone, I could feel the difference. It's like, whoa, that's messed up. But of course, that's what will be happening. People like us, you know, they're always like trying to stop us, block us, you know, whatever. But they will not do it. We won't let them.
No. Well, thank you so much, Bonnie. This has been fantastic. If you have any last words, we're open for that. I leave that up to you.
Yeah. So think of this month as push your limits to opening your heart and showing kindness, consideration, compassion.
Yeah, wonderful, fantastic. And then that gets amplified. Then you feel wonderful.
It's true. Yeah, it's true.
Okay. And no, Lisa, don't worry about that. Bonnie just answered that, so no worries, sweetie. So all right. Huge blessings to everyone. And members.spiritualacceleration.com for actual clearings, and many, many blessings of the season. It's a sacred time, huge winter solstice blessings, as well as all the other spiritual celebrations. And we'll see you for the January 2024 update in a month's time. So
a month's time. Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you, Oceana. Yeah, and remember, people, Oceana will be doing a clearing on the 4th of January, and it's to have your best year yet. And then we also will have, both of us will be offering a free gift, and you have to be there to get it.
Yes, absolutely right. So stay tuned for that.
Yep. Okay, everyone. Thank you, girl. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Bonnie.